Welcome back to the Sitrep. I'm Caleb Perkins, and I'll be taking you through the Novare Coast Warzone. Once again, I play a Vanguard tank, so my style might be a little different from yours, but the strategy should be all the same. With that being said, let's jump into the fog. One of the first things you want to do in this Warzone especially is call out a plan. Even if you're not the op leader, it's probably good to confirm with your teammates that you're doing 260 or something like that. Because in this Warzone, you can cap nodes faster if you have multiple people, so a coordinated assault is a whole lot better than trying to do things solo. So plans are especially essential in the Novare Coast Warzone. Usually you don't want to have this many people all heading west. This is a lot of people. Usually I would only advise one or two, but I'm planning to actually run east after this, so it's okay.
We'll need at least two to penetrate the enemy shield. We've captured a bunker of our own. Lose this battle, and we could lose Novare. May the Force be with us. Imperial troops are on the way! Get to the artillery emplacements!
You should also just check your world map every now and then. That way you can keep track of how many people are where, so you know if when plans go wrong, it's good to know where people are attacking, so you can all attack in the same place instead of everyone just randomly attacking different nodes at different times. We've got 3 people heading east right now, which means we've got a pretty good chance of actually capping this thing, and at least drawing some attention away from the south. If you're on south and you notice a lot of people running east, don't hesitate to cap, because holding east is really not a good idea in the Novare Coast Warzone. It's a lot farther from your respawn point, and it's a lot more difficult to hold against the Sith. There's only a few people here though, so we should be able to manage to cap it, but I don't expect to hold it.
We need that artillery!
As always, if you're a tank, throw these taunts out there. It's a whole lot better for your teammates. It makes life a whole lot easier to take people down.
Eastern emplacements armed and ready!
At this point, it would be really good to head back west, because as you can see, west is in the process of being capped, but I don't really notice this in the Warzone actually. Now I notice it and I head west once again, checking my map as I go. I do realize that the guy standing off in the distance is a healer, but in general, if your tank is distracting people, then the tank wants you to cap the node. We're basically meat shields. We're here to die, so we would appreciate it if you, as healers or DPS or whatever, would actually complete the objective instead of trying to keep us alive a little bit longer.
Got the southern emplacement. Firing now. Our bunker is taking damage. We need that artillery. We're tearing our bunker apart. Hold the line.
At this point, I actually start to go to middle, but once again, I check my map and there's like way too many people at middle. If you didn't notice a while back, the enemy capped all 3 nodes, so usually when that happens, the team gets disheartened, so because everybody thinks they're going to lose, so what they do is they all flock to the node that we do have to try and earn defensive medals. But the key is to not let things like that demoralize you. The trick is to keep fighting even when you think you're going to lose, because when that happens, you can actually do some awesome stuff. And you'll notice I just threw a stealth scan on the ground right there. I tend to do that a lot because, frankly, it confuses people. They think that there's going to be a mortar volley or something, and so they run away in confusion, and I don't have to channel it, so I can just throw it down, and it's sort of a distraction technique, but you might want to consider doing that if your stealth scan isn't on cooldown. And see, I almost capped this node. If they hadn't been caught fighting back there, then we might have fully capped this node. And the thing about Novare Coast is the fact that if you only have one turret firing, it doesn't do any damage to the enemy bunker. So, in theory, if we had capped these 2 nodes and guarded them till the end, we would have been okay. In the Alderaan Warzone, one turret can still do damage, but that's what a lot of people confuse, because they don't realize that 2 nodes, even if you're only at 2% health, that 2 nodes can take the enemy from 100% down to 0. At this point, I'm just spamming AoE attacks. If you've got a force pull or something, or a tow cable, you always want to jerk people away from the nodes, especially if you're a tank, because it opens up an avenue for other people to get in and cap the node secretly. Your goal as a tank is to pretty much just clear the path for other people to take back the node. If we had just done that a few seconds earlier, we actually would have had a chance of winning. If we could just defend
An invasion force.
the two nodes long
First
enough.
alarm for the Empire.
As usual, since I'm a tank, I'm checking out my protection, and I'm right up at the top there. As far as damage, I'm putting up some good numbers. In the middle, I'm not as much as the high DPS guys, but not as low as some others. That's pretty much it for Novare Coast. Obviously, we lost this war zone, but I hope that you guys can learn from our mistakes and possibly start winning some more of your own. Thanks for listening.